In this screencast, I'm going to discuss the process of photosynthesis. So first, let's think about plants. Probably when you think of photosynthesis, you think of plants. So try to make a list. You can pause. What do plants need in order to survive or grow? So three things that plants need that also just so happen to be the inputs for photosynthesis are water, sun or other light, and carbon dioxide. You might not have thought of carbon dioxide, but plants, in fact, do need carbon dioxide in order to survive. So big picture, photosynthesis is the process of taking light energy, probably from the sun, and converting it into chemical energy in the form of sugar. So the light is not literally being converted into sugar, but the energy from the light is being used to build the sugar and put it together. So that energy is being stored in the newly created sugar molecules, also known as glucose, which os is a sugar. Here are the inputs and outputs. We have light energy from the sun going in. The plants take in carbon dioxide through their leaves, and they take in water through their roots, and then they convert that into oxygen, which is just a byproduct that the plants happen to produce during this process, and glucose, the sugar, which is the overall goal of photosynthesis, is producing the glucose. And here is the chemical equation in chemistry. 6 carbon dioxides and 6 waters go in, 6 oxygens and a glucose come out. And this whole question, notice anything? Well, if you think about cellular respiration, photosynthesis is kind of cellular respiration in reverse. With cellular respiration, we had oxygen and glucose going in, and carbon dioxide and water coming out. With photosynthesis, it's the opposite. Carbon dioxide and water go in, oxygen and glucose come out. So in terms of the matter, these processes really are reverse of each other. In terms of the energy, it's a little different. It's not the reverse, but it's more of, again, an energy flow where we have light energy from the sun being converted into energy stored in sugar. That's being converted into energy stored in ATP, where this is photosynthesis and this is cellular respiration. So it's that same pattern we're seeing in the ecosystem where matter cycles. These molecules are just switching back and forth, going around and around, but energy flows in one direction. Now, which organisms perform photosynthesis? Obviously plants, and specifically plants perform photosynthesis in organelles known as chloroplasts, which we will learn about more when we learn about cell parts. Algae, some algae is plants, some is bacteria, and then specifically there are some photosynthetic bacteria out there as well. So you as an animal, as a human, cannot perform photosynthesis. Animals rely on plants to harness that energy from the sun in order for animals to be able to eat those plants to get their energy. We also rely on plants to produce our oxygen that we need for our cellular respiration. So a couple questions to think about. Can you gain energy by standing out in the sun? Now you might feel, happier if you go out in the sun, but can you actually get energy from that? And can you remember what goes into photosynthesis and what goes out of photosynthesis? See if you can do that without checking back in the notes.